I am still riding the high of that merge vote. I am speechless. I knew that we had feelers out trying to flip both Dawn and Alex. We ignored Isaiah because we figured he was in so tight with Kevin that there was no point in trying to flip him. But I never dreamed that both Dawn and Alex would flip over and that this merge vote would be a 6-2 vote. I'm wondering if I should be crediting Dawn with being able to read the writing on the wall and seeing that Alex was going to go with us, or at the very least that we were going to stick with a tight four, and that if he got him good with us, maybe there would be a way to break us up. But it worked. This four stuck together where the social team could not. This seemingly random group of the faction plus Kyler stuck together against all odds, and we find ourselves in a position to where we could it, if all of us choose to stick together, we could be the final four without even trying, which is crazy. Like we're all guaranteed final five if nobody does anything stupid. Well, stupid for my game. I have options. I think that with Alex moving forward, um, I know I've said that he's probably nervous of me, and I wouldn't blame him if he was nervous of me. He should be nervous of me. He has every right to be nervous of me. Um, but I don't want him to think that. I am wondering if he and I need to have a conversation where I just kind of feel out whether or not he thinks we could potentially work together. Um, I think if I got him in a video call, I would be able to tell if he was lying to me or not. Via text, I think it'd be really easy for him to pull the wool over my eyes because I'm looking for a connection there. And it's always easier to sell somebody a lie if they want to believe that lie to begin with. Um, that's why I think Alex voted with us in the first place at this merge vote, was because he wanted to believe that Kevin was the biggest threat to his game. So when we were telling him that Kevin was the biggest threat to his game, he went along with it. And that works for me really well. Um, I really didn't have to do any work for this merge vote. Bryce and a little bit of Matt and Kyler, but I really think Bryce, like, when Bryce found out that his name was definitely the vote, he went to work. And that scares me. That definitely makes me want to consider targeting him in a final, like, 6 or 5 situation, because he has shown the ability to put together a vote if he needs it. He can gather allies really quickly, and whatever he sold to Alex, it worked, and whatever he sold to Dawn, it worked. And I don't need him being able to do that against me if it came down to it. He's shown time and again, as has Matt, that they are aligned with me, but that doesn't mean that when it gets down to the nitty gritty, they won't flip on me, just like I'm considering flipping on them. I would. It's such a funny situation to be in because I would at the same time like I would respect them if they were considering flipping on me because I'm thinking the same thing. I'm literally thinking any option that gets me to the end with the best shot to win, and I respect people who think that same way. But at the same time, I would feel disappointed that they wanted to flip on our alliance because I am locked in with the faction um, for now. I am locked in with the faction because they have been loyal to me. They have been the ones who have, if I've destroyed safety, they've voted with me. If I've been in the swing vote position, they have voted with me. And tonight, when they could have, it might have been easier for any one of us to throw out one of our own as a target and secure our own spot moving forward in some kind of unstable alliance, they stuck with me tonight when I needed them. And don't tell anybody, Kyler stuck with me too, which, yeah, Kyler came through. I did not expect that. I really thought Kyler was going to flip. I really thought we had potential for a 5-3 vote against me. I know in my last confessional I said that there was zero chance I was getting votes, and that's because I really do believe that I've played the best social game so far. I have no votes against me. I have nobody even talking about targeting me until the final five. I know my name was brought up in a conversation today where Kevin was talking to Dawn, I believe, and somebody reported to me. I think it was Kyler told me that my name came up as the first person to go at final five. Which, if y'all honestly think I would be stupid enough to end up in a situation where y'all could vote me out at the final five and I didn't either get safety or try my damnedest to get safety, you're fools. Which, after we saw the result of this vote, let's be honest, you're not only fools, you're fools that are in a dumpster that is on fire. Dumpster fire of a team. I don't know how I got so lucky. I guess I didn't get lucky. I was strategic. I was strategic at even my application for this game because I said I wanted to play a strategic game. I said that a strategic player will put themselves in social situations that strategically benefit themselves. They will put themselves in physical situations that strategically benefit themselves. I put myself in a physical situation that strategically benefited me on the first cycle of this game. I was intending to throw that comp literally up until the second that I rang in and gave the correct answer for the final question in that first cycle. And it worked for me because I put myself in a strategic position where I showed my alliance, the faction, that I was not only going to, stick with them, but I was going to put my own game on the line for them as early as night one. And now I don't have to do that to reinforce that belief. I've already done that. They already have in the back of their mind that is my go-to option. When I got safety, I didn't hesitate. I don't know if Bryce was faking it tonight, but I believe he was honestly considering keeping safety tonight and screwing everybody on the strategic team. We might have still pulled the vote off. We might have still gotten Kevin out if Bryce didn't destroy safety. But Bryce would go at final seven if he had kept that safety. Honestly, I would have pulled every vote in the game except for Matt against Bryce at that point in the final seven cycle because I can't trust you. I was willing to put my game on the line for you, and if he wasn't willing to do that, then it's time to get rid of him because he knows too much about my game. So I'm really glad that it didn't come down to that. I'm really glad that I can ride this strategic team out just a little bit further. It's so weird to merge at such a small number. You play these Survivor games and you merge at like 12, 13, and you play this game, you merge at 8, man. We're already at the end game. We're at final 7, and it's a 4-on-3, and there are relationships everywhere. And it's weird to say that I've played the best social game this season and say that I have probably the weakest relationships with the social team, but I honestly believe that reinforces my benefit to the strategic team because they don't think I have options over there. I know that if I end up in a final five with Isaiah and Alex both somehow, if something goes awry, those two will be the two that I ride out to the end. I randomly thought about that earlier today. I was like, that would be an interesting situation because I honestly believe that both of them have goat-like tendencies and that they could potentially end up in a situation where the final cycle is irrelevant and the winner is decided before Space 30 is ever reached. So ending up in a final 3 with them might not be a bad thing, especially considering I demolished them in step count right now. Like, it's not even close. And I don't think that Bryce and Matt are going to let it get out of hand. Step count is too relevant to this game, and they both know the game too well. That's the thing about having good allies in this game, is that good allies, at least in this season, the good allies that I had available to me understood the game, and they did not have goat-like tendencies. All the goat-like tendencies are on the social team, and that makes my job a little tricky moving forward. I feel like after this final 7 cycle, I'll have a lot better idea of how I want to move forward with my game. Um, Seeing who goes out, I think Dawn and Isaiah are the 2 targets. If I had my wits about me, I think I'd rather see Dawn go, and I think I'm definitely going to push for that. I don't think Dawn is going to work with me to the final 2. Um, Isaiah, again, finds me attractive, and again, I appreciate the compliment. Um, you're a handsome man yourself, but I think he would potentially ride me out to a final 2. I really do. Um, that's something about social team is that sometimes they play emotionally, and if emotions are what it takes for me to get to the end and secure a win, I'm willing to play on those, even if it would never necessarily result in anything outside of the game. Um, this is a game about playing people. This is a game about making people believe whatever you need them to believe. And once they believe it, you've got them. And I think that the fact that everybody on my team has put in more work socially with the social team than I have means that I'm in a good spot to say, look, I have not yet been the one who has had to scramble. I am the one who is playing a stable, consistent game. And right now, the most stable and consistent thing for me to do is to look out for myself. And I think you are the person who helps me move forward the best. And the only reason I'm pitching this to you and whoever you is, it could be Isaiah, it could be Alex, it could be Dawn, it could be Kyler, it could be Matt. It's funny that I left Bryce out of that list, but I really don't see a situation where Bryce and I sit at the end, unless some kind of crazy safety comp stuff happens. If it does, and Bryce somehow ended up in a situation where he strategically let himself get beat before the final cycle rolled out, I would be legitimately surprised. But it could happen. Stranger things have happened. We watched Sorry destroy immunity or destroy safety and go home. So, my game is locked right now. I'm riding out this strategic team for a little bit longer, and we'll have to see where this goes.